What up? You know who it is. You know what time it is. Your boy Savage, aka Sev Cisneros. You tuning in to Sev Lokes Hotels 2.0. Like, comment, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell. Let's get to the politics. Big shout out to everybody showing the channel love. Appreciate the love and support. Thank you for the interaction. Mile high salute to the riders. Before I start this video, let me make this clear. I am no way means promoting gang life, gang culture, just telling a testimony, giving some life experiences, shining some light on the Denver Metro. So with that being said, let's get to this video, man. And in this video, I want to talk about a subject. I was talking with one of the people I work with. He was locked up, and he was locked up for a little bit of time. And he asked me, did I ever hear about a thing called the Denver Carr? And sure enough, I have heard about the Denver Carr, and I could honestly remember when it first started. And what the Denver Carr was all the OGs from the Denver Metro, every hood. It didn't matter if you were oldies, chickies. It didn't matter if you were Chicano Crips. It didn't matter if you were Chicano Bloods. It didn't matter if you were GKIs. All the Denver Metro hoods, Chicano and Mexican hoods, they all formed this thing called the Denver Carr, where pretty much they all tied rags together and started moving together on certain compounds. And one big reason why they did this is because before they got this bright idea to do it, the Sureños had a lot of homies on every yard. The Paisas had a lot of homies on every yard, and it seemed like they urged their homies, if you get into it with one fool, you go in with the homies. So meaning they had a 3-on-1 rule pretty much when they got into it with fools, and that means that they were allowed to jump, and they started doing it a lot, especially if you were certain hoods. If you were north side of any kind, at times if they got into it with you, they were going in 3-on-1 on you. Norteños especially got they got a domino effect of brutal activities towards them fools. Chicky 30s on certain yards, because the Odies, they started riding with the Sureños. So Chicky 30s at the time were getting the treatment. Aces from Pueblo, they were getting the treatment. They even rode with the Denver Carr. That's crazy to think about. But there was not really enough numbers in any certain gang to actually go to war with the whole Sureño Carr or the Paisas. Paisas were doing the same thing. Sometimes Paisas was acting like full-fledged gangbangers. So I remember going from different facility to different facility, and I pulled up to Trinidad, and this was around the time it fully started being put into motion. I guess they sent kites to different facilities because some stuff happened. I think at Buena Vista with the NSMs and the Gs the NSMs and the Gs got into it with the Sureño. So they started riding tough with each other, and then they started sending kites. And the first facility I remember when I rode up was Trinidad. And when I first rode up to Trinidad, it was kind of a different kind of atmosphere, laid back. And it felt like I was in an apartment complex because it was a minimum restricted. And when I rode up there, some fool from Chicky 30s, he had hit me up like, we got this Denver Carr going. And he kind of like, told me what it was about. He said, basically, all the Chicanos, we come together and we all ride together. And I said, who rides together? And he said, all the Chicanos. I said, you ride with the Red Rags, the Chicano Red Rags? He said, yep, they're involved. I said, I can't do it, bro. You ride with the Odies? Yep, I can't do it. And he was a chickie. I said, homie, like, no disrespect. I think, whatever you guys are going to do what you're going to do. But I have conflicts with certain hoods. I can't see myself riding with these fools. I had static with these fools on the streets. There's no way. And he was like, I respect. I said, where the Crips out? So he takes me to the homie from Compton's, Sal, and a couple of the Comptons are in there. And he kind of just like drops me off like I'm a little kid. And me and him really didn't talk after that. But they were pushing the line on, you know what I'm saying, Trinidad, because the Denver Carr had a lot of the number, especially when all them fools came together. And really nobody, you know, like Sureños or Paisas really could push the line on them fools, because they were all the Denver fools are riding together. Now, there was kites that was writ to other facilities, because I started hearing it through the grapevine, like, you know, Denver Carr is being established on this facility. So I go to Delta from Trinidad, and then to even Rifle, and I went to the halfway house. Well, I messed up in the halfway house, and this is like 2009. So the Denver Carr still had to be in full effect. I go back to Benton County Correctional Facility. Well, I go to Benton County Correctional Facility from the halfway house, and sure enough, the Denver Carr was being established on the Benton County Correctional Facility, and fools were pushing the line for the Denver Carr, and even the LPPs were messing with some of the Northside fools up there. So they were all riding together. The homie from OGC's, he was on it. He was on the yard, and he asked me. I said, "Nah, bro, I don't get down with the Denver Carr. I got love for a lot of hoods, but I can't see myself riding with certain hoods, because like at Trinidad, there also was Chicky 30s at Benton County and Odie's, and they were riding together just because of the Denver Carr." So at this time frame, another facility, the Sureños get into it with some Crips. The Crips get at these fools on a couple compounds, and we were sent a kite over to Benton County Correctional Facility, letting us know what went down. And the Denver Carr also was getting into it with the Sureños at this time, because this was in the same time frame that they aired the Mile High Killers. And if you don't know what that is, it was about the NSMs on Gangland. And one of the fools that were on the show on that episode was at Benton County. So the Sureños run in some NSM's sow, and they drop a TV on his head, and it set off a domino effect to fights. So that afternoon, I'm at GED, and sure enough, you see all them Denver Carr fools. They team up on the west side of the facility, and they march over to the 7-8 side, and they catch the Sureños over there that are coming out, and they mash them out. They get at them, and it was a fight. And then, like I said, man, it went on for a long time. I don't know if it's still going on in D.O.C., but yeah, the Denver Carr was a real thing. You know, they were over there pushing the line all together. Some people say it's smart. Some people say, you know, man, they did it because they were scared, but power in numbers, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. Y'all tell me what y'all think. You know what it is. Mile High salute.